Well, good morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. We're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes or so putting on our makeup and learning a Bible verse together. We'll have all week to actually learn that Bible verse. So speaking of Bible verses, our foundation verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. So let's look at our verse last week. How did that go for you? I really liked that one. I hope you did too. The graphic on that was super cute. We'll see that at the end as well. Okay, so you'll have that verse on there right now. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Speaking of verses, all of our verses are going to be coming from the Word in Color coloring book. You can see that QR code there on your screen. It has a link as well. Just go to a little bit of makeup on wholelotjesus.com/wordincolor, and that will get you right there. This is an affiliate link, so that's kind of like you giving me a tip when you use that link. Okay, now let's get back to what we were doing here. Now we're going to look at our verse from last week. Last week, we were in the Old Testament. We were in the book of Micah, and that was act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. And I hope you enjoyed that picture that we had with that. Now, this week, we're going to be doing a different verse. So our verse for this week is going to be, there will be showers of blessing. And that comes from the book of Ezekiel in the Old Testament again. And that's 34:26, I believe. So we'll be working on that all through this podcast and then throughout the week. So make sure you're connected to social media accounts or the website, a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus.com. And that will get you to all the information that you need to be able to make that verse memorization happen for you. So let me get this off your screen right now. And we're just going to have that scrolling across the bottom of our screen while we're putting on our makeup. So every time you look up, just kind of give a little review to that, and that'll kind of help you, get that verse into your being. So I hope that you're doing this while you're putting on your makeup all week long, because that is one of the tips that I have for you, definitely to be able to memorize any verse, is to make it a part of your life. So I just include it in with my putting on my makeup because that happens just about every day. So our theme for today is going to be a new palette. I am so excited about this one. This is the Juvia's Place, and this is the Afro Galactic. Now, when I was a kid, the Afro was a thing. I always wanted one. Alas, I could not grow one. So I'm super excited to actually be able to use a palette called Afro something. So Afro Galactic. And then what you're going to need, if you don't have this palette, but you're using other colors, whether they're individual or a palette, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a light. You're going to need 2 mediums, and then you're going to need a dark. Now, I will tell you, I'm also using a new tool today. This is from Half Magic, and this is their Wing Magician. So this little tool is going to help. Let me just pull it out and show you. So this is, it came off the little thingy. This is a little tool that we are going to use, and this is going to help us with our winged eye look. I get a lot of requests from that from several of you. I will just tell you, I do not have the best eyes for that, but we will do it together today. All right. So we are going to just jump right in. So I am going to start with the Urban Decay. This is the All-Nighter Face Primer. And you've heard me say this before, but 1 pump of this will do ya. We are going to put that every place. We're trying to even out fine lines, wrinkles, uneven skin texture, any places where you have trouble with your foundation adhering as well. If you have combo oily skin, that's probably going to be around the nose, down the center of the face, and up on the forehead. So make sure you get those really good. If you have dry skin, that could be around the mouth here. Could be that it's flaking off, whatever the case is. So that's just going to help even everything out and give you a nice, clean, fresh, even surface to work with this morning. And I am going to be using the Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics. This is 11 Light Nude. Whatever your concealer is, use that. Things I love about this one, though, it is definitely a full coverage. And evidently I need a new one of these. It is a full coverage concealer, wears well even in, I would call this thing Texas proof. So the one thing that's true about this one though is that it does better when, and that's kind of a blop there, usually it's kind of in a line, but this works better once it heats up with your body temperature just a little bit. So we're just going to put that on there, let it set for a minute and let it heat up, or warm up, I guess I should say. Oh yeah, that was a big old glob. That's okay, we'll make it work. All right, nice to see some of you on here with me. I will do my best. Let me get it actually turned over to chat here so I can see your questions as they come in. There we go. So just ask your question on whatever platform you're on. And I'm probably not going to type a chat back answer, but I will do my best to get that answered for you on here this morning. All right, I'm just going to cap that before I make a mess of myself. And we are going to be using our beauty blender, which has already been dampened. We're going to use the pointy tip there for the concealer. So we've let that concealer set for just a minute. And now we're going to blend that out. Not tugging too hard because this is our eye area, which I think is one thing that the pointy tip helps for. And whatever you're concealing, be it an acne scar or current issue or redness. For me, I've got redness on top of my cheek, darkness on the inside of my eye. So whatever it is that you don't want to see that you're concealing. See how beautifully that just evens everything out? I love that. And I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Foundation. This is the Pro Filter Foundation, and I am in the shade 185, which if I had to guess is probably like a light medium neutral. And you do need to give this one a shake. Let everything mix up in this. And we're going to be using partial pumps, about that much. And we're just going to work around our face. Kind of tapping and blending as we work through each section of our face. All right, another little partial pump. All right, another little partial pump. And we're blending it right up to that concealer under the eye. Want to make sure that we blend that out to our neck so we don't have any lines. Yes, that is correct. This is a damp beauty blender. Not all beauty blenders have to be dampened, but this particular one does much better. Well, it's supposed to be damp. For the longest time, I was trying to use this without it being damp, and I was like, oh, I hate that beauty blender. Well, yeah, that's because you're not using it right. Live and learn. All right. Once we have got that foundation the way we want, we are going to set that foundation. Now today we're going to leave a little extra powder under the eye area, and you'll see why in just a second. Okay, so we are using the, oh, I started to uncap it without showing you. We are using the Lancome. This is the Long Time No Shine. And this has a little puff in it already. So I use the puff because I like the way that it puts the powder straight to the face. You don't have a whole lot of fluff. Reduces the dusting necessity for this room. I hate dusting. Okay. Now we're gonna give it a couple of taps upside down, put a little more powder in that reservoir. There we go. And we're just gonna press that powder in, setting that foundation over the whole face. Yeah, you're just kind of pressing it in. Here we go. I usually start kind of with a glide, and then I move to a pressing. Well, that was super fun. Okay, now for today, we're going to come back and just add a little extra under here. Okay. Now I know usually we go in and do our contouring, but for today, we're going to go straight to the eyes. So I've already showed you the new tool that we're going to use and the new palette that we're going to use, the Afro Magic. So let's open this palette up. Woo. And take a look at what we have got. I'm so excited. Okay, and I don't know if you have seen it yet, but everybody's going to some kind of space theme right now. So here we go. Oh my goodness. Those are some beautiful colors. So I tell you what, let's go with, I think today we're going to be using Spirit. I'll do that for the lighter color. And then I think we'll use Stars for our dark. And then I'm going to go with Wakanda and Orbit. Okay, so Spirit, Stars, Orbit, and Wakanda. I think that's where we're going to live today. Super excited about this. Okay, let me set that over to the side here. And we are going to start with our all over shadow brush. That is this one here. And we're just gonna put that in Spirit. And let's just get a nice little brow color going on here. Oh wow, that's really pretty. And now we are going to grab a basic eyeshadow brush. And let's start out with let's start out with the shade. I'm going to go with, wow, the Wakanda looks a little greenish when I pull it down there. Here, let's do this. We're going to swatch it. So we got Spirit, and I said we were going to use Wakanda, and then Orbit, and then Stars. You can see those shades right there. That's where we're going to be living today. I actually feel like Wakanda may have a little bit too much blue-green in it. So let's try Let's use Discovery. I think we'll be better with that. Okay, so we're going to start out with the orbit. And we're going to use our little tool that we've got here. We're going to place it along the bottom lash line and then up towards the end of your brow bone here. And we are just going to shadow right there. Okay, and because I have a hooded eye, we're going to go up a little further than you might think. So that when you open your eye, you can just see, what's that shade name again? Orbit, coming right up above. I'm kind of digging how that came out. Should we go extend it just a little bit further? Sure. Nice. Okay. Now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So we're going to switch the tool. You can see it's the same side. So again, it's going to run across that lash line there, and then it's going to go to the outside of your brow right there. Okay, we're just going to pray we get this lined up nice and even. And again, we're going to apply that medium shade, which is Orbit. And bring in that color just above. When you open your eye, you want to be able to see it above the crease. Okay, let's get that over here one more time. I think this one doesn't go out quite as far as that one. So let's get it there. Okay. We're going to set the tool down for just a second. We are going to grab another all-over shadow brush. And that is going to be this one here. And we're going to use the, what was the cover? I think it was Discovery, I said. So this one, we're going to just barely tap in it. And this is going to be our blend out up here. So you're just going to lightly go over where that other shade was meeting it. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited. These colors are so beautiful. All right, now we are gonna grab, I know, a third all over. That is gonna be this one here. Same shape as the other two we've been using. Now we're gonna dip into the stars, which is a little bit of a darker shade. We're gonna pick up our tool again. And we're just gonna tap like this. Put that tool back down. Look down a little bit. We're just gonna give that right in there. Gonna go about halfway across the lid there. Okay, we had a little fallout. We'll actually probably fix that in a minute when we add the liner on. Okay, I'm gonna tap that little tool off because I do notice there's some fallout on the tool itself, and I'm thinking that's not really a good idea. Okay, so we're gonna tap that, switch to the other side, and we're gonna do that same thing. We're gonna look down a little bit. Gonna go about halfway, and then we're just gonna go along that right there. Almost all the way to the outside edge of that. And you're just gonna leave it. We want to darken it, but we want to leave a nice soft edge. Oh, wow. And now my eye is watering. Oh, of course it is. Okay, looks like I need a touch of the orbit right here. There you go. Wow. That was super easy, and I feel like it came out pretty clean. Here, let me get a little. Nice. Well, excited about that. That actually worked really well. Okay, we're going to go back to that all over brush again. And we're just going to blend out that lighter color up here to make sure that we've got a smooth edge up here. And now let's add our liner. Super excited. Okay, so I am using the Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian eyeliner, and this is in the color of Kajal. And we're just going to go on the top of that lid about halfway across with this one. And then we're going to come in here on the bottom. And we're going to go about halfway across on the bottom here. All right. We are going to take our eyeliner brush and we're going to get into the color of Orbit this way with that eyeshadow brush. And we're going to line the bottom here. Okay, we're going to grab some of that Stars, which was the darker color. We're just going to blend that out down here. We're going to take our, actually, let's add a little something something in the corner. Let's go with, I think I'm actually going to do the Spirit. That's the lighter color that we have up on the top, but let's add just a pinch of that in the corner here. Here we go, like that. Okay, back to the liner. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Liquid Eyeliner or something like that. Okay, so we're going to start out here and we're just going to follow that line all the way in. I'm actually going to go the inside corner there. And we're going to come down here. Nice. Let's bring it down just a little bit. There we go. Going to the outside edge. And then filling in that gap that we just made. Going to connect it to the bottom. Nice. Super excited. That was actually pretty easy. I think the sides are pretty good and even. I do want to, I think, just make sure There we go. Yeah, that came out pretty good. Shadow had minimal amount of fallout. My eye is watering a tiny bit, but that's not their fault. Nice. So let's continue on with what we got going on here. We are going to take that long time no shine and let's just make sure that we're all smooth and clear here. And then let's take that, what's it called? Spirit. And let's just blend it right here on the outside edge. There we go. All right. So we bypassed our contouring. So we are going to step back and do our contouring and our lips before we step on to the next thing. But I feel like we've done so much already, so we need to review our verse. So look at the thing scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Actually, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, so there will be showers of blessing, and we are in Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 26 this week. Okay, so now we're going to jump back into our contouring. So I know out of order a little bit, but that's okay. So we are going to start with our NARS. This is our bronzer in the Laguna 02 Original, and beautiful shade there. We are going to be using our IT Cosmetics. This is actually a foundation brush. Love the dual end of this. This end right here is going to be for our bronzer. So we're going to start out with the flat end of this. And we're just going to go right where the recess of your cheek is, and then on top of that. And at the side of that temple there. Flat side of the brush again, right up against that hairline there. Now we're going to use the short side, this side here. Going up underneath that jawline so we can give it a little more indentation. And then beside the nose there. Oh, you can hear my feety. All right, then we're going to use our MAC. This is our Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Little bit of sparkle to this. Just a nice light shade for our highlighter. That's going to go on the top of that cheekbone there. And right beside the eye. And then down the center of the face. Making sure that we definitely hit that Cupid's bow right there. And then we're going to finish that off with our blush, which is from Juvia's Place. This is the Blushed Volume 4. And we're going to be using the darker of these two here. Little counterbalance for all that eyeshadow we just got. Just going to give it a tap tap. Right in between where you just put that bronzer and the highlighter, you're going to put the blush. I'm going to give a little up here. Woo. Okay, that was a little more than a little. If you ever do happen to do that where you've given it just a little bit too much, just get into your setting powder a little bit and just dust it over. That will help even it out just a little bit. All right. So now let's take a look at our lips. Super excited for this color here. This was a new MAC color. I don't know if you have, I've got a hair, sorry. Woo! If you have been taking a part of the Ulta Beauty's 21 Days of Beauty, but this was one of the colors that I got. So super excited about that. I am going to line my lips with the NYX. This is the lip pencil in Blackberry. So we're going to line right on the edge of our lips. Not going over. But just really straddling on that lip line. Make sure you chisel out that Cupid's bow really nicely. There we go. Okay, once you've got that lip line done, then you're going to come just to the inside of that with a little bit lighter of a pressure. The lipstick I'm going to be using today is the MAC. This is the matte in smoked purple. So it is a purple color. So we're going to ombre this black out just a little bit, kind of like we have up on the eye to sort of mirror that. All right. And you don't have to worry about this like being too exact or precise or anything like that, because we're fixing to blend it out with this. So, oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Going right up to the edge of that lip liner. We want to not have the lip liner peeking through. We want to cover over it. I feel like it's not quite as purple as I was planning on. So let's do this. We're going to, okay, this is a little weird, but bear with me. We're going to take that orchid color that we have on our eyes. Just get it on the tip of your finger. And press it in to the center of that lipstick. Yes. All right. And make sure to wipe that off of the tip of your finger before you start putting your mascara on. Okay. We are going to move to our brows now. And I am using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Psychedelic Sister. This is my brow color because I have fashion colored hair. So just make sure you have a good tip. Whatever brow product it is that you are using, go ahead and apply that now. And I know I've mentioned this before, but if you do not love this shape of your brow or you'd like to have some extra color to it, you can have your brows shaped and tinted from Olivia. She would be awesome at that for you. So just, she does do walk-ins, but you can also schedule an appointment. That way you can be assured that the time that you have set aside for that, we can make that happen for you. So you can just give a call over to the store for that. All right. Once you have got those evenly done, you're going to take your spoolie and just give them a nice brush through. There we go. Gonna come back with that top shadow brush that we had with Spirit on it. We're just gonna make sure we didn't muss anything up here. There we go. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with this. These dark shadows out. Ah. All right. So we're going to be using a new mascara today. This is the KBD. This is the full sleeve. Super excited about this. This is a tubing mascara. So let's see how this one performs. Ooh, love the package on this. Can you see that? It says full sleeve. Super nice. All right, so before we do that, we are going to curl our lashes and then put the mascara on and then put some lashes. All right, so we're saying our verse. It's kind of short, so probably twice. So lash curler, make sure that it's not pinching your eyelid. If it is, pull it away just a little bit. Okay, ready and go. There will be showers of blessing, Ezekiel 34:26. Say that again. There will be showers of blessing, Ezekiel 34:26. Move to the other side. There we go. Okay. There will be showers of blessing, Ezekiel 34:26. Again, there will be showers of blessing, Ezekiel 34:26. All right, so now let's give this mascara a try. If I can get my eye to stop watering long enough. There we go. All right. So like the brush on this, little strange of a shape. And this is supposed to be a water-resistant formula. I'm sure my eye watering as we're starting out isn't helping though. And we're just making sure that we're catching the front and the back of those lashes. So whether you wear lashes or don't wear lashes, now if you're blessed to have black lashes, then you don't even need to do this step. But if you got blonde ones like I do, then you got to do this so your lashes don't show outside of the false lashes. Okay, now let's catch the bottom ones. I kind of like the brush on this. All right. Nice smooth mascara. I like the formula. Nice creamy texture. Goes on very smooth. It's not clumpy at all. There's not too much product on the brush. The shape is a little bizarre, but it's working well. Okay, let's just go over this one time. Okay. Looks like I got a little something. There we go. All right. And today we are going to be wearing, this is the Active Lash from Ardell. I have already trimmed these, but make sure that if you go ahead and dry fit the lashes first, if they're a new pair for you. And then if the lashes are a little bit too long, you want to trim from the outside edge. Okay, and I am going to be using the Allure. This is the 24-hour lash glue. So I am just going to grab the outside corner of the lash. Oh, and my lashes are in the style of physical. So we're just going to grab this, and I do notice, see this tag hanging out here? That is the inside corner. So that is going to bother the bejesus out of you today. So we are going to use our scissors, and we are just going to take that little tip off. Well, easier said than done sometimes. There we go. We're just going to remove that little nub there so that it can't possibly agitate you. And that adhesive is going to go on the inside edge. And then also the top edge. I know that they did make a adhesive to go with this line. It just kind of wasn't my favorite. Okay, so we're gonna pick up the other lash, and we're gonna do the same thing with that one. Let's check for that little nub on the inside corner. And looks like that one doesn't have one. Okay, so again, we're gonna go on the top edge. And then on the inside edge. Making sure we pay special attention to the tips there. All right, set that one down. Pick up that first one. And these are new. I haven't worn them before, so we are going to give a little bit of curve help. Okay, and let's see. If this was that one, it's this one. Okay. Setting that down right where your lash is meeting your eyelid. Oh, evidently I got a little adhesive on that. That's always super fun. Okay, we're just going to check that inside corner again. And there we go. And we're going to give this one a little bit of a curl as well. Setting that down in the middle. And you're going to use your little tool here. Get your lashes all mixed in with those lashes so it looks like one seamless thing. All right. Closed. That is really, really pretty. Not that I don't like it opened. I told you, I just don't think I have the greatest eye shape for the winged eye. So there you go. They're both facing the right direction. Super, super nice. Very excited. Okay, so now we are going to be setting our makeup with the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the de-slick version of this. This is going to be for oil control. Well, this particular one is going to help your makeup to last longer, and it is going to give you some oil control properties. So give that a couple of shakes, and then give some sprays. Band that down. Alrighty, I know we went out of order a little bit today, but in the end, I think it went very, very well. So super excited to have the finished look today using that new palette. Was it Afro Galactic? So very, very fun. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. This has been a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. It has been a pleasure chatting with you. Make sure that you check it out on social media platforms or your podcasting platform, or better yet, come see me at Midlothian, Texas. So let's do this. Let's review our verses that we have done so far together. We are going to there we go. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. We are going to roll through these verses together kind of quickly. And so if you are new with us, just kind of see where we have been, and you can go back and try to catch up if you want to, or just start from here moving forward. So let's get that on your screen. Well, actually, first, let me get this one hidden. Okay, there we go. Now let's go back to our verses. Here we go. You ready to fight our way through? Let's go. All right, episode 1, we had the grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of the Lord endures forever. That was 1 Peter 24 and 25. Then we had I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. God's grace is all you need. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. The Lord is my strength and my song. Exodus 15:2. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Psalm 118:24. The moon and the stars you set in place. Psalm 8:3. I liked this one. Taste and see that the Lord is good. That is Psalm 34:8. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs laughs without fear of the future. And that is Proverbs 31:25, I believe it is. Great is the Lord and worthy of praise. Psalm 96:4. I have written your name in the palms of my hands. Isaiah 49:16. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, and that is Hebrews 6:19, I believe it is. Okay, let me get over here so we can there we go. Okay, and this one's a little bit of a long one. So, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there be anything excellent, think on these things. Philippians 4:8. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. Proverbs 16:24. Be the light, Matthew 5:16, because the next one is you are the salt of the earth, and that's Matthew 5:13. There we go. Okay, set your mind on things above. Colossians 3:2. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and that comes from Proverbs 3:5. The word of the Lord endures forever. 1 Peter 1:25, and that's kind of going back to that first coloring page that we did. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, and that is Joshua. Okay, I'm going to have to take a peek. Joshua 24:15. Okay. Under his wings you will find refuge, and that is in Psalm 91 verse 4. Serve one another with love, Galatians 5:13. Then we had, I liked this one. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, Jeremiah 17:7. Pray more, worry less, Matthew 6:34. Act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God, Micah 6 verse 8. And then all of these verses, again, can be found in the Word in Color coloring book. You can see that link and that QR code there on your screen. So you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcasting platform, now on Apple Podcasts. So excited about that. That happened this past week. So I look forward to seeing you this week and seeing what God has in store for you, what kind of things and blessings happen your way. So please feel free to share any prayer requests or blessings that happen to you. So let's get that verse on here so I can send you off with a greeting. Oh, say. So until we meet again, my friends, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. Let the Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. And that comes from Numbers 6:24-26. So let me pray us out today. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for all of these wonderful people that have come to be online with us, whether live or they're viewing this later on. Father, I just pray that you would help us to take these verses, that we would treasure them, that we would use them in our daily life, and that we would use them to encourage ourselves and then to encourage those around us as well. We thank you so much for all these things, and I pray a special blessing on my friends this week. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, until next time, my friends, goodbye and God bless.